brother is going into the Naval Academy next year.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, starting out. So I was really just looking at my options for serving with the Air because I know that they subsidize a lot of the medical school that I'm already up to here.
Yeah. So what year are you now in school?
I'm a sophomore.
Okay. This is a good time to learn about this. The scholarship we were talking about over there, the cool thing, it pays 100% of your tuition for medical school. So it's 100%. There's a $20,000 sign-on bonus, and then after that, there's a stipend that runs about $2,100 a month right now. It kind of changes every year. It keeps going up incrementally. So what it's going to be in 2 years, I don't exactly know, but it's about $2,100 a month. Okay. Right now.
And what does that entail, for service-wise?
Okay. It's a great question, and that's one of the most common questions. Your payback time for a 4-year scholarship is going to be, technically it's going to be 4 years. Okay. So it's a one-for-one thing. In reality, though, you have to do 1 year of residency first to get completely licensed. So your 4-year payback time is the licensed position. So I tell people if you wanted to make it transactional, like if you wanted to say how fast I got to make, it'd be 5 years. To be honest, though, most people don't do that. Most people stick around. If you do a residency, your payback time starts after your residency.
And you can do the residency with the Navy?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be with the hospital, like Johns Hopkins.
You can. I mean, there are sometimes there's options where people do that, but the Navy has our own residency program, and there's 3 of them. San Diego, Bethesda, Maryland, and Portsmouth, Virginia, which is now by Virginia Beach. So that's what, and residency programs are designed. Hospitals need residents, so the Navy's going to fill up our spots first. So that's where you're going to match through. What's kind of cool about the HPSP program is, if you're familiar with the way med schools work, you know what elective rotation is? Okay, so you're a third-year medical school student. Right? And the class is going to be surgery, right? So you have to go to a hospital and do a surgical rotation. Well, you can choose to go somewhere else. So if you wanted to choose to go to San Diego, under the HPSP program, the Navy can pay to send you to San Diego, even if you're at Hopkins for medical school. Okay. Right? Which is really cool because let's say you want to go to San Diego for your residency, for surgical. You get a chance to go out there. You get to work out there. They know you. It's done by people when they pick the resident. Like, hey, Patrick, we remember him. He was here. He's a good dude. That's cool. There's a guy from the University of Maryland School of Medicine. He went to did 3 elective rotations. He ended up going to Bethesda, Portsmouth, and San Diego. He worked it all out. But he made sure that he went to San Diego for orthopedics. So that's what he wanted to do a residency in. Sure enough, he's graduating from Maryland. Next month he's going to go on to his orthopedic surgery residency in San Diego. So it's a pretty cool thing because you get a chance to see Navy medicine. Because really, when you're doing these colleges, the Navy doesn't do this pretty much. All your medical students. Yeah, but one thing you're going to do is between your first and second year of school, you'll go to Officer Development School for 5 weeks in Newport, Rhode Island. And you do that summer because that's the only summer you have it. Honestly, you just don't. Other than that, the Navy is paying all this money in order to make you a better doctor. We're hiring a doctor. We're pre-hiring 4 years early a doctor. So the scholarship and the program is designed for you to succeed. We want you to be an awesome doctor. So that's how that whole piece works.
So once let's just say that we went 4 years ago, so I'm in the Navy now. I'm working as a doctor. Am I deployed? Stateside?
Yes to everything. It depends on how your career is going to go. What I tell people is, especially if you do a residency first, you're only going to be placed places where your skill set is needed. So let's say, because Navy medicine, we take care of the Marines, we take care of sailors, we also take care of dependents and like family members and stuff like that. So if you go on and you do a pediatric residency, you're probably not going to be with a Marine Corps unit to take care of Marines because you're a pediatrician or you're an obstetrician or you're a dermatologist. But if you get into family practice or if you do surgical or anesthesia, you might be assigned to a unit that supports Marines because they get hurt sometimes. So we have like whole surgical units with the Marines or on aircraft carriers and stuff like that. But even all of those things, no matter what you do, we have hospitals all over the world, so like in Spain, Italy, and Japan. You should be stationed there too. So your career, you work with a guy or a gal called a detailer who helps you make career decisions, tells you what's available. It's called negotiating for just a reason because you have a say in it. But you can't just say, well, I want to go to Spain. I demand to go to Spain, But if it's available and it's there, you work with it, you get where you want to go. But the key thing to remember is you're only going to be put someplace where they're going to use your skill set because we've trained you to be a surgeon or a pediatrician or whatever.
Okay. So my main question is the scholarship. Obviously, is very it's really financed. How selective is that?
good question. The competitive profile, which is on this little thing right here, kind of tells you what a competitive profile is. We're looking for a GPA around 3.5 or better. An MCAT score of 25 or better. I tell people the closer you get to 30 on your MCAT, the better off you're going to be. But we look at the whole person concept. So we're looking. It doesn't mean that you have to be exactly one of these things, because some people they have issues, but we're looking for things like leadership. If you're doing extracurricular sports, leadership in clubs and fraternities, understanding things about the Navy, family history of service, lots of stuff goes into it. I can tell you last year there were 200 scholarships given out, and of that there were 43 people who applied and were turned down. So that kind of helps you figure out. But by the same token, there's other people who might apply and they dropped out because they never got accepted to a medical school or something. So it's hard to really get a straight number. But I would say that if you're hitting around the 3.5 GPA and your MCAT is 25 or better, you've got to,
So you applied before you applied to medical school?
Yeah, you can apply actually. I start working with people about the time they get their MCAT score back.
Okay.
So for somebody like you,
junior year.
at the end of your junior year, so right now you're in the stage of just learning about the at the end of your junior year, you get your MCAT scores back. In a perfect world, we put together the application, which includes like a physical exam. You get interviews by Navy doctors, learn about Navy medicine, security clearance, a bunch of other stuff. We do that in the summertime, so we get all the hard work out of the way while you spend the fall traveling all over the country, interviewing at different medical schools, this medical school. We can submit the application even without a letter of acceptance. Okay. But you just can't get the final selection until you're accepted. But we can do all the hard work first. You get what they call professionally recommended. So the Navy's basically said, look, Patrick's going to be a great doctor. We just got to figure out where. And then the last piece of the puzzle is letter of acceptance from Hopkins or Maryland or whatever school you decide that you want to go to. Okay. Then you get commissioned and you move on. And you graduate from school and be a great doctor. Okay. But it really, it's amazing how awesome it is. I mean, really, it sounds like you're an opportunity. And it's really great if it's something you want to do. So that's what I say as a sophomore, it's awesome for you to learn about Navy medicine. So that you can, if it's what you want to do, by the time you hit your junior year, you're like, yes, this is what I want to do. I'm going to apply for this because Navy medicine, we're a family. I've been in Navy medicine for 19 years. My dad's a Navy pediatrician. We want people who want to be here. The Navy's not for everybody. It's for a lot of people. And it sounds like it's probably for, you seem like the kind of person your brother being naval captain and stuff, And so we want people who want to be here to be in the Navy, and just do great stuff. So, so your timing is perfect. You'd learn about now. I'm going to be doing an information session in May 22nd at the University of Maryland School of Medicine. Okay. And I'll get you, when we get done, we'll get your email address. I'll send you the invitation to that. Okay. There's going to be some Navy doctors are going to be there. Some actual students from our HPSP are going to be there to talk about their experience. Yeah. This will be the second year I've done it. It's really, really cool. Okay. All right, Patrick?
Thank you so much.
Awesome, bro.